Hey Plant Fam, I am here in my shade house today. I wasn't able to make it out to the market, but I am doing pickup orders all day. Sorry, I'm also like in mosquito swarms in the shade house because it's so beautiful with all the plants. So I'm going to show you some of the plants I have out today. I have also brought out some of my plants from the greenhouse that are ready to be sold or that are going to be some small little beauties for good prices. So it's almost like a back to school sale. So do let me know if you have any questions in the chat. As always, you can message me your plant questions. It's also helpful if you can send me a picture of them, a close-up one, so that I can see what the soil and the stems and the leaves look like. That's always important when you're asking your plant questions. So like I said, I'm going to show you some of the random plants that I have out here in the shade house before it gets too hot for me to be out here, even in the shade. These kalanchoes are succulents that bloom. They have very long-lasting blooms. These they're going to be on sale for $6. I have a couple of different ones. I don't remember the colors. This one might be pink. I don't know. So it's Bloom Surprise on the color, but they're long-lasting flowers. I've had these flowers last for over a month. So these are going to be $6. And let me run over here because I think I have a couple of others. Like this one is going to be $6 as well. It has blooming flowers. These are white. So this one's quite robust as well. They are succulents, so they don't mind drying out in between waterings. I'm going to be darting all over as I see fit to grab some plants. One that I don't often have ready for sale, going to be the purple shamrock. These are going to be 10. They just finished blooming. They have nice little blooms. I often have these available every so often. I grow these from bulb. So they do well in medium to bright indirect light. I do have this beautiful strawberry shake philodendron. Beautiful coloration on the variegation on these. So this one is $25. Still easy to grow like all philodendrons are. I do have a cold hardy begonia. This one does vine out lovely. Very interesting pattern on the veins for this guy. See if I can get a good picture of that. Beautiful. Now these do vine and they can stay outside if you're in zone 8 or 7 because they'll overwinter well. You do probably want to give them something to climb. I do have some purple hearts available. It's been a while since I've sold any of these. I love their like purplish grayish tint they have on their leaves. These are just going to be $6. They're very easy to grow. Many of you have them. And that's really why I don't bring them out a lot anymore. So like I said, today's just porch pickup as usual. This is a Hoya macrophylla. So it has some beautiful variegation on it. This guy is just going to be $8. It's very fun looking. You guys know that I love the Hoyas because they're very easy to care for. They do prefer to dry out in between waterings. And if you give them something like a moss ball, they will climb and trellis into that as well. They have beautiful blooms and just very interesting foliage. They're so vast. So if you haven't gotten into the Hoyas, do check them out. This is going to be a $3 add-on with any purchase. Mosquitoes like to swarm my face because I don't spray it. That's always fun. Fun stuff. This is a skeleton key. Epi, it's going to be $12. It's quite full, but it doesn't have any fenestrated leaves yet. When it does fenestrate, they do look like a skeleton key. They're very cool. Great deal on that. I do have a couple of prayer plants left, probably four total. These are going to be $8. Beautiful foliage there. You know, nature is a great artist. They are pet friendly. That's important for a lot of my customers, because obviously they have pets who want to nibble. Now some plants, even though they do list them as poisonous, I always say, you know, because some people will be like, well, I have this plant and I know it's toxic to pets, but I don't want to get rid of it. And depending on what the plant is, your pet's either just really going to suffer for a little bit or it actually may perish. So those are something to take into account. I always use the ASPCA when I'm checking anything that is pet friendly. I feel like that's a good resource to use. So if you need to look them up, they have a lovely website with all kinds of plants on there. Hi, Susan. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to the Shade House Live. This cutlass is beautiful. It has long, slender leaves. Really cool foliage. Very easy to keep, medium to bright indirect light, and they do bloom like a peace lily. Let me see if I can find some of the flowers on this guy. Oof, I'm tickling my face. You see those little blooms right here? Similar to a peace lily. Those are going to be 22, and I only have 2 of them left. I did grab this little Hoya heart out of the greenhouse. I think it's ready to go home with someone. It's going to be $15. That's a really good steal. I like to sell my hearts where people know that it does have a node and it will have a growth point to grow more, because oftentimes, especially when you buy them from big box stores, they'll only be the single heart, and it's very rare they'll ever grow into an actual plant. We call them zombie leaves because they will root and they'll live for a long time, but depending on if there's a node down in there or not, they'll never grow another heart. Very sad. It's kind of a sad love story. Another pet-friendly option is going to be this beautiful rosy calathea. Beautiful coloration on these. These are going to be 16. Medium to bright indirect light on those. And I do find best to add quite a bit of perlite to my calatheas or prayer plants, because I find that that really helps them drain well. So they do want to be moist, but they don't want to be soggy. So adding that perlite in there will really help them keep from being soggy. They do also like humidity, and the best way to describe humidity is really the air has moisture in it, not the plant and the soil where it makes it too soggy. So it can be confusing, but a good way to mitigate the humidity issues with your calatheas or prayer plants is to group them with other plants so that as they transpire, or sweat in plant terms, they are able to spread the humidity to humidity-loving plants. Also, during the season, it's a great time to just put them outside. If you're in the south, like we have very humid weather, they love that. This is a dottie that is going to be for $25. It's in a 6-inch pot. Very beautiful. You can see the new leaves come in green and they deepen to that beautiful black color. Absolutely love those. Those always just wow me because of their color. Now this one isn't for sale, but I will show you because it's one of my new favorites. No idea what it is yet, really. I mean, I've got a name, but other than that, I don't really know. I think it's an aquatic type of philodendron, if I'm not mistaken. It is spiky, so I don't want to touch it a lot. And normally I don't buy spiky plants, but I did get this one at the expo because, I mean, it was beautiful. And they definitely sold out very fast. So I was glad to get this one. It was a little pricey, but the plant lady has to have fun too. And she also buys plants that she has no room for. So that one we're figuring out what the needs are. I'm still getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. I do have a lovely Florida Beauty polka dot Dracaena. These do well in low light, but they can also do medium to bright indirect light as well. You do want to let them dry out in between watering. They're kind of similar to a snake plant. But they got that beautiful foliage. Love those little polka dots. There's that one. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I do have some coffee plants available still. I have maybe like 6 of these left. These are going to be $8. Lovely little evergreen looking foliage. Those ripples on there. Now they do not like to be in direct sunlight. They will burn easily. So medium to bright indirect light is best. They do flower. Their flower has a lovely floral smell, similar to gardenia, and they do produce coffee beans. So over time you will have your own little cup of coffee. It can be difficult working outside all of the time. So the next one we're going to have is the last Alocasia regina. Beautiful foliage on this one. Look at the big old chunky leaf. So it does have purple backs. So beautiful. Very easy. I often keep my Alocasias outside. Some of them I'll even put in the ground because they're just easy and I get a lot of them to come back or overwinter well. I mulch them well. This is the Zebrina. This is going to be $20. The Alocasia regina, that's going to be $25. Check out the beautiful stripes on these stems. Fun shaped leaves as well. Let's see what else I have in here. There's all kinds of different little things. We're going to do a sell on this guy. He's going to be $25. It's a Monstera Spider-Man, an Amidrium. So these leaves aren't going to get as big as the Delosia will, and they have a little bit of sunburn on them because they've been outside. But beautiful foliage on these, and they vine out lovely. Lots of new growth here. Like I said, these are going to be $25. It's in a 6-inch pot. Great deal on those. A lot of people, they're not overrated because they're not trending, but they're still a really cool plant that I find a lot of people don't know about. These are the strawberry begonias. They're going to be 10 in a 4-inch pot. Now they do vine out as they grow. I feel like something's biting me. They do vine out as they grow, which is very interesting for a begonia. And they're very dainty-like. So if you like strings of things or things that trail, you definitely want to get one of these. My mother gave me one when I was much younger. Maybe I was like 20-something. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say much younger. She gave me one. And I'm sorry, I put the plant down. I was about to show you. And I accidentally poured a cup of vodka on it. So I don't recommend that. I thought the vodka was water. It was not. It was vodka. So I killed that strawberry begonia long ago when I was 20-something. Don't recommend pouring vodka on your plants. Maybe spritzing it if you have a bug problem. This is a flame violet, and it is going to be on sale for $10. Now they do bloom as well, and they are pet friendly, like African violets. Fun, soft, shimmery foliage. I have a couple of different ones. Deep color on those. I don't really remember where I put the other one I was going to show you guys, so sorry about that. I have a few snake plants like this variegated bird's nest. So these will grow kind of outward and upward at the same time, like a bird's nest. And it does have a few babies in here. Cuties. So these are 12. And then I have this one for 10. Now snake plants have been very popular for my customers lately because they found out the wonderful purifying air effects that they have, and that's what NASA says. So surely they must know what they're talking about. This is a queen of the night, and yes, it does bloom at night, and it has a wild looking flower when it does bloom. Smells very interesting. You can always tell when you open the greenhouse door that this guy has bloomed. And typically you can still see the bloom until about 11 in the morning. They stay open a little bit. The morning brunch guys. So this queen of the night is going to be $10. You do want to let it dry out in between watering. And it likes medium to bright and direct light. You don't want to give that full sun. This is going to be a $5 guy. Very easy. It's been getting quite a bit of light, so the color's a little washed out. It's been in the greenhouse, but it is robust. You could even take lots of pinches off and make new plants because these are very easy to propagate. Someone was recently asking me about these. I don't often bring them out just because most people have them. I do often have a lot of plants that I never bring out, and I forget to even tell people that I have or picture. So that's always interesting. I'm trying to bring those out on days like today where I am shut up in the house, or shall I say the shade house, with all of my plants. This string of bananas I'm also going to do for $5. It is rooted in there. Little guy. It's got some new growth coming out. Very easy, and those will cascade down. Very lovely. I do want to show you this guy. I was briefly talking about Hoyas before. I told you they have some of the most interesting foliage. Trying to see if I had another one around because I thought that I did. Yes. So these guys are the same type of Hoya. As you can see, this one doesn't have as much pink on it. These are new growth. And this is how the new growth will come out. Very beautiful. These are going to be 10. They do have beautiful variegation on their edges as well when the leaves mature. Easy to keep on those. They like to dry out in between waterings. Another fun little variegated plant I'm going to do for a good price. These are going to be $6. They are the variegated string of hearts. Beautiful pink on those. These are going to just be $6. They're in a little 3-inch pot. This little succulent, that guy's going to be $3. If you're into some succulents, I have quite a bit. Those are definitely one I never get around to posting. A little vintage spider plant. These are going to be $6. These are often, when I was studying plants and which plants are popular in which years, these were one of the plants that were popular in the 60s. I always like to watch old shows and movies and see what type of plants they have in the background. That's always fascinating to me, but obviously I am a plant nerd. This is another pet-friendly option, the Plea. I believe this is the aluminum. Very fun foliage on these. These are going to be $6. It's quite robust. Ah! So are these mosquitoes. I've got a fun little arrowhead. This is going to be $6. It has pretty pink brownish foliage. Very easy to keep on these. Medium to bright indirect light. And then I did pull this out of the greenhouse. I don't want to deal with it. It's in a little pot. There's a philodendron in here. And I'm trying to think, because it's random. But I do think it's like the Parasito Verde. It just hasn't variegated very well. I was trying to increase the variegation on it. It's either that or Jose Bueno. I don't know, but it is a philodendron. It has beautiful long leaves. When it does mature, it's in this little bitty pot with a succulent, and I want to deal with neither of them, so $8 for all of it. I'm just trying to go through. I have some of the randomest things collected, especially in the greenhouse, and a lot of doubles. Let's see. Oh, yes, I've got some figs. These are going to be on sale today for $20. Brown turkey fig. Very easy to care for. You plant it outside in full sun. You will have some lovely figs eventually. This is a hardy one. Like I said, these are going to be on sale today only for $20. I do have a few other fruit trees and can get you some if you are looking for more fruit trees. Here's the other flame violet that I was trying to show you earlier. This one is going to be $10. Very beautiful foliage on these. Now these bloom orange. Let me put this guy over here. This, I believe, is a moonlight Schinipsis. Woo! And this one little guy is going to be $6. It's very beautiful. It has a couple of little stems in here that will grow and vine over time. They do well in medium to bright indirect light. They're always fun to hang and very easy to grow. I do have this beautiful pothos, and I'm going to say that it's a marble queen because that's what it looks like. It has quite a few nodes and beautiful, well-rooted stems in here. This guy is going to be $7. It's big, and it's starting to root itself into other areas of the greenhouse, and that's when I know I have to evict him. So you go ahead and buy it for $7 before I repot it and make it look pretty for more expensive than that. This is a Xanthome Lindelli. I love these. They're also called the zebra plant. Just such a vibrant foliage. This is the last one. Now the leaves will mature. They will get quite bigger as they grow up. That one's going to be $15. Let's see. Ooh, another Alocasia. Very beautiful. The Red Caparis Secret. Now these have a beautiful red metallic tint that I'm not sure you can capture really while I'm in the shade. Very beautiful. These are going to be $15. I think I only have one left. Another snake plant that is really cool. These are something I don't really come across often, the Sayuris. Their foliage is almost velvet-like. Really cool variegation on these. And they grow in a sprawly habit. They don't care where they're going. And they don't care if you care. That's what I love about plants. Now I do have a couple of different Bacchios. These are definitely good for beginners. This is going to be the Tropic Marianne. Love that cream center. It will get bigger as the plant gets older and matures. Those leaves will get larger. The cream center will be bigger. As well as the Panther Dieffenbachia. Beautiful foliage on these as well. They give you good volume. Both of these are going to be $12. I think I only have 2 of each of these left. Let's see. I do want to show you the African milk trees. These are very fun. Now these are the red type. They're called milk trees because when you cut them, if you propagate them or you knock one of the leaves off, they have a milky white sap, kind of like latex-like. And that's where they get their little nickname from. Very easy to care for. These are going to be 10 bright indirect light on these. And they will grow very tall over time. You will want to Google that image and see. They also branch out lovely. This is going to be a Philodendron Silver Sword that we're going to do for 12. I always love to put the philodendrons on moss poles. That really helps the leaves become larger. And Finn Street. This is going to be a ring of fire with very little variegation. This guy's just going to be 12. It's very huge, and you can try your hand at chopping up all of these beautiful nodes that it has, trying to increase that variegation. Just 12 on this philodendron ring of fire. I do also have a Florida green philodendron. Let's see, this leaf here. As they mature, they get quite interesting with their foliage. These are going to be on sale for 12, medium to bright indirect light. I always recommend the philodendrons if you are getting into plants and you've surpassed your snake plant era. It's time to get a philodendron. They're great house plants. You often see them in hospitals and medical offices or offices in general. This is a Thigonium. It's a pink arrowhead. Trying to find some pretty splashy pink leaves and a little spider guy. Pest control. I shake off all of the bugs most of the time before you ever see those, like the frog I was shaking off the other day before I packed him away. I think that might be just about all I'm going to go over today. I know we've been up here for a while. I do have an Iced-in Croton, a couple of other really cool pink foliage plants. This is a Caladium. The Crotons are 7. This Caladium is 10, as well as this one. Beautiful foliage on those. Whew. I'm very tired of getting eaten by mosquitoes, so I think I'm going to call that a wrap, guys. Do let me know if there's anything that you have seen that you want to take a look at, or if there's any questions that you do have. I will be out here. I have a few other pickups that are on the porch ready for you guys. Don't forget to pick up your plants. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend, plant fam.